I'm going to call it now. Okay, I'm straight up going to call it now. He's going to use his campaign rallies to basically build up an army. Not the one that's going to, storm the Capitol again, but he's definitely going to build up some sort of grassroots support that is probably willing to be violent to protect him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That is right. Donald J. Trump, the former president of the United States, has been indicted once again, but this time for his role in the January 6th insurrection. He is facing 4 criminal charges. Wow, this is a long time coming. I don't know about you, but I've been waiting for some sort of justice for what happened 2.5 years ago. I remember the news coming in on my phone that rioters had breached the Capitol. That's big fucking news. That's crazy. And then the following 2.5 years to this day, I guarantee you there's still people who are sitting there saying, it's not as bad as, people make it out to be. It was a tourist day. It was just people touring the Capitol. Well, I'm sorry. The Department of Justice, although you may think it's politicized now, they are just doing exactly their job. You just don't like who the target of the investigation is. They have pulled together a grand jury that has decided Donald J. Trump is criminally responsible for what happened on January 6th. Now, Jack Smith has already given a statement on the indictment. There are 6 unnamed individuals listed alongside Trump as alleged co-conspirators. My guess is Rudy Giuliani and Roger Stone are definitely on that list. What's her name? Sidney Powell? My guess is at least those 3 are of the 6. I may be wrong. Of course, Trump's campaign is calling it election interference, though. That's kind of been the boy who cried wolf mantra. Actually, no, that's been since 2020 when mail-in ballots were going to be kind of mainlined. So it says former President Trump has been indicted on federal charges stemming from his attempt to overturn the results of the 2020 election. An effort reached a bloody crescendo on January 6, 2021, with his supporters attacking police and ransacking the U.S. Capitol. The prosecution, which was part of Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation, comes more than 2 years after the deadly attack on Congress as lawmakers were meeting to certify Joe Biden's Electoral College victory. Trump was charged with conspiracy to defraud the United States, witness tampering and conspiracy against the rights of citizens, and an attempt to obstruct an official proceeding. Tuesday's development is the latest in a series of legal troubles that are likely to loom over next year's presidential election. Trump is the frontrunner among Republicans for his party's nomination. He also faces separate federal charges over allegedly obstructing an investigation into classified documents at his Florida resort Mar-a-Lago. That one is pretty big right now. I'm going to call it now. Okay, I'm straight up going to call it now. He's going to use his campaign rallies to basically build up an army. Not the one that's going to, storm the Capitol again, but he's definitely going to build up some sort of grassroots support that is probably willing to be violent to protect him. If you are of the mindset that you need to violently protect President Donald J. Trump, I'm going to help you out here. And I'm just going to tell you, he does not care about you. He says that they are coming after him so they can get to you. Wrong. He is the former president of the United States. He held the highest office in the land for one singular individual. He held that office. And you know what? The law is coming after him. Sure, you want to call it a political witch hunt. This is not Vladimir Putin going after his critics. This is the Department of Justice, a completely autonomous bureaucracy going after somebody who was clearly involved with the first ever domestic attempt to storm the Capitol. It blows my mind how people have twisted that to not mean what it actually means, that we had an angry president point an angry mob at an office building that was sitting there and carrying out the will of the people. But back to the point of the indictment. Let's look at what Jack Smith had to say.
Good evening. Today, an indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with conspiring to defraud the United States, conspiring to disenfranchise voters, and conspiring and attempting to obstruct an official proceeding.
Imagine delivering that news. You are already targeted, let's just say target, by at least half the population. But imagine having to be the person who's delivering this news. You think this guy wants to get up there? Look at him. He's you know what, I'll give it to him. He's got some resolve about him. He's got some posturing that says, I am here. I am giving this. His tone says everything about like, I am here. But you can just see this man is reasonably petrified. So I do not envy him in this moment.
I encourage everyone to read it in full. The attack on our nation's capital on January 6th, 2021 was an unprecedented assault on the seat of American democracy. As described in the indictment, it was fueled by lies. Lies by the defendant targeted at obstructing a bedrock function of the U.S. government, the nation's process of collecting, counting, and certifying the results of the presidential election. The men and women of law enforcement who defended the U.S. Capitol on January 6th are heroes, and our investigation of other individuals continues.
My bet this is going to be some of those. This is going to be some of those people in the House of Representatives, or even senators like Ted Cruz, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jim Jordan. Maybe they were the co-conspirators. Maybe they were the other three co-conspirators. Jeez, that's hard to say. Maybe they were the other three co-conspirators, but I'm just saying, maybe they're also still being investigated by the DOJ. Now, I'm not saying that's true. I'm not saying that is what's happening. I'm just speculating because right now we are genuinely living in an unprecedented political time. Like this is new. This is new grounds for the U.S. And I don't envy anybody in the DOJ right now.
My office will seek a speedy trial so that our evidence can be tested in court and judged by a jury of citizens.
Translation: we want a speedy trial because this election is next year. Oh, yikes. I don't envy anybody who's going to be involved with this. This is going to be like a poison case. This is going to be a poison patch. You touch it, you're going to get poisoned forever. This is going to be a stain on your career, whether the people who look at it and like, wow, you did a great job, or they look at it and they're like, wow, you are a political enemy combatant. Like, no, this is going to be, it's going to be rough. Wow, yikes. Okay, he's thanking everyone. So that's pretty much it. And I can see on the video that it's pretty much over. So, wow. Yeah, Donald Trump's been indicted again. That's all I've got. I just felt like sharing the news. Yeah, until next time.